Hello and welcome everybody to a happy Tuesday, snowy, wintry day here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. This is Christine Bertram and I'm coming to you live from my hive. And it is nice and toasty warm in here, which is what we want. So let's make sure that the notification pops up. I'm actually just like a minute early, maybe 2 minutes early. I'm trying to make up for the fact that it's date night, and I waited till 20 minutes ago to tell Tyler that I'm doing a live. So yeah, that happened. I think he was a little bit sad, and now he's gonna work a little bit later, and hopefully he'll be here then as soon as I'm done. And we've got all of our beautiful cards made. So, well, I saw it pop up, and now I'm just going to try to make sure I have it on my phone so that I can see all your lovely and awesome comments come through as we see them. And there it is. Yeah, there it is. Okay, perfect. So Elaine's here. She's ready to go. Donna's here. Jean is here. Michelle, hi. Kathy King is in the house. Hi, Melanie Boy and Kathy Beck and Jennifer. Jennifer, you got to help me out with that leaders Facebook group. Girl, I couldn't find it for the life of me. And every time I searched for it, I found a different group. Hi, Carol. Hi, Marlene. Hi, Roxanne. As you girls pop on. And guys, tell me where you're from. This is a big event. We get like 150 people that watch Mystery Night. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Linda. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Sherry Martin, long time no talk. Michelle, Trinket's here. Ruth is watching. Yay, you found it. As you pop in, everybody, make sure you tell everybody where you're from. We get people from all over the world for Mystery Night, and I love watching where you guys are coming in from tonight. So, and you guys are right on time. I love it. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Rose from Michigan. Tina's joining us. Sharon's here. Lots of love and hearts. Yay. Who loves Mystery Night? I think we all do. And I know everybody does their Mystery Nights a little bit different. And you guys must love the way I do mine. So that's awesome. Hi, Alan. Hi, Kathy. Carolyn as well. Okay, so hi, Dar. She's in my backyard. Not literally, but like a hop, skip, and a jump away. So I know, Jean. I saw all the pictures on Facebook of all the snow that you guys were getting down south. That's crazy. So yes, okay, so hi, Tammy. Hi, Dee. Dee, I'm so excited. You guys, I have a Be Happy announcement. So I have the newest member of the Be Happy Stampers that just joined my team. Dee did, and she joined like a half hour or maybe an hour ago. So we have a new Be Happy Stamper. So Dee, I have a really pretty awesome gift for you that I'm sorry, I'm gonna ruin a little bit of a surprise, but this is what I give to all of my new team members. It is, it's hard to read that. It's Stampin' Up's Statement of the Heart. It says, to love what we do and share what we love as we help others enjoy creativity and worthwhile accomplishments. In this, we make a difference. And that's really hard to read because it's the background. But I'm going to be popping this in the mail to you, Dee, because you are on my team now. I love it. So that's exciting. All right, so I popped on. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Irma. Stacy's with us, too. Melanie Chandler, awesome. Hi, Charlene. So I popped in like 2 minutes early to get the ball rolling, guys. Poor Tyler. I don't know if you missed it, but I didn't tell him until about 5:20 or 5:30 that on date night I scheduled a class. But I told him it's not a card making class for me. It's a card making class for you. I don't think that made any difference to him. So yeah. So I started a few minutes early to get the ball rolling. So I know a lot of you, thanks for sharing, Bobby. That's another good reminder. Thank you for sharing this Mystery Night. You guys, if you love doing this Mystery Night with me, that means that others will love it as well, I think. And when you share this video with others in your newsfeed and with your different groups, then other people can also join us for Mystery Night. So your Danny's still cutting paper. That's okay, Danny. So, you know, this card that we're doing tonight, I think when you put it together, hi, Judy, I think you're going to have an aha moment. So I was a little bit, hi Gail, hi Vicky, I was a little hesitant about doing this card layout, only for the fact that I feel like when you guys see your card put together, you might be like, oh, I know this one. And I absolutely went crazy for this card layout back in December. And I've recently made 3 cards with it that I have shared with you guys live. So I'm wondering if you guys put it together. You'll have to tell me at the end, like, yeah, I thought it might be this, or no, you totally got us. Because once you see the card put together and put the pieces together, I think you might be like, oh, okay, I recognize that card. This layout for the card tonight, like I said, I absolutely love it. And I think that you guys will use this card layout a lot. So hi, Faye. Deb's joining us too. Hi, Carolee Crab. Hi, Kathy. So some of you are new and some have been doing this with me for a while. We're almost going on a year, you guys. It's January and I started doing this in May. So a few more months and we'll have been doing mystery nights for a whole year. That just blows my mind. And so for those that are new, I have a few things that I like to say in the beginning before we get going. I just like to do my disclaimer because this night is meant for you to have fun. It's not meant for you to stress at all. This is supposed to be your happy stamping time. And I do know that I work a little bit fast and everybody works at different speeds. So if you're a little bit slower with your card making, that is no problem whatsoever. Don't let our speed or the speed of our live tonight frustrate you or overwhelm you. Know that you can always go back and watch the replay. So as soon as I hit the end button on the recording for tonight, then within a few minutes, the video becomes available on my Facebook page. And hi, Paula. Hi, Bev. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Lisa. So as soon as I end it, you guys can go back and watch it again. Now, if you don't want to watch the whole thing, you can put your finger on the little bar that has the timer on it and you can fast forward and just kind of like maybe make note of where we're at for timing so you know where to get to. But you can always go back and watch the replay and re-see things or hear things, okay? So hi, Joanna. Thanks for sharing. So first and foremost, have fun tonight. This is your stamping time. Use stuff that you have. A lot of people ask me, do I have to use Stampin' Up! Stuff? Well, I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I love Stampin' Up! Products. I know that not everybody has Stampin' Up! Stuff and not everybody uses solely Stampin' Up! Stuff. The purpose of my mystery night for you guys is to use what you have. I know that we're all guilty of buying things and never opening them or using them. Cindy, hi. Hi, Mary. Hi, Lisa. So this is my challenge to you is find something, some paper that you've never used, a stamp set that you've never used, pull it out and try to incorporate it in your cart so that you feel good about the things that you do buy. And again, it can be any brand. Don't feel like, oh, I don't have Stampin' Up! Stuff. I can't make these cards with her. So I do promote Stampin' Up! I use all my Stampin' Up! Stuff in my classes that I share with you guys on other classes, but just know for tonight and any mystery night, it's always whatever you want to use. And that the card, as I'm going through it, you might have cut your paper not the same, or your pattern paper might be facing a different direction. Hi, Kathy Jackson from Iola. Hi, Mary Jean. If you guys cut your paper or like accidentally do something different from what I have instructions for, don't fret, don't pull out the hair, okay? It's okay. There are no mistakes in stamping. We say just happy accidents, right? So you can cover things up with embellishments, you can change the orientation. This is for you guys just to make a card and feel good about making a card, okay? So Danny is on a mission. She put together 22 new stamp sets that she's never used. And the girl is on fire. Oh my goodness. So she's working on her craft room and she's been on that mission for a little while. So we are so excited because I'm putting a challenge to her to post a picture or share a picture with me when it's done. So, okay. Another thing is this event is completely and 100% free to you. If you see any spammers, so Kelly, my cousin and amazing marketing manager, is on call with me right now. She's also commenting throughout the event if you guys have questions when we get started. And she is monitoring for these spammers. So sometimes people are trying to get you to do clickbait. And I haven't seen any come through yet. But every mystery night prior to tonight, they've had spammers, they get in our hair and they're everywhere, and just don't click on anything. You do not have to pay money for tonight. Okay. So, hi Sharon. Okay, so I don't know, is there anything else that I want to just tell you before we get going? So we've got the spammers covered. Oh, yes. The other thing is your cards. Okay, so one of the most exciting things that I love, hi Julie, one of the things I love about Mystery Night is I give you some guidelines for making a card. I tell you some measurements. Well, Kelly and I do. We tell you things to use, and we give you, instructions on how to put it together. But we don't tell you what specific paper or stamps to use, or what color inks to use, or what color ribbon. Thanks for sharing, Trudy. So our excitement is when we see your pictures. And so and everybody loves to see these pictures of all these cards that look very similar, but they're different. And it gives us the ability to see all these different patterns of paper and all these different stamps, and just, it's like, ooh, and eyeing over everybody's cards. And we also then give prizes away. So at the end of the show tonight, I will share with you a graphic, what a picture is going to look like that Kelly's going to post in the Mystery Night event on Facebook for you to share your pictures. And we've decided we're going to go through Saturday night, midnight central, for anybody that shares their pictures of their cards that they made from tonight's Mystery Night, that you're going to be entered into the drawing. And you guys, she literally is like a hawk. She watches that news feed, or the posting of the comments, and she writes a number next to everybody's name. And then we're going to do a random number generator. On Monday, I'm going to go live after Fun Folds. Probably I have Fun Folds live in person. So we're going to do a live drawing, and it's going to be separate from my normal Thursday night. So I'm giving everybody a little bit more than Thursday night, and we're not going to hold out till the next Thursday. So we're going to do it in the middle of the week. So we're going to have another live for the drawing. So now I think I bought Danny enough time. I was trying to buy her some time to get her paper cut, because she's a little bit of a JIT like me, a just-in-timer. Okay, so how are you guys doing? Is everybody ready? We're on here. We got 150 people watching right now. I want to see some thumbs ups. I want to see some hearts. Give me some love here, and I will get the ball rolling with going over clue number 1, which is just recapping all the paper that you need and what sizes. So, hey Trudy. So, all right, Marlene says that stamping is fun for everyone in their own twist. Yes, exactly. Love it. Okay, the thumbs ups are coming. Yeah. Oh my gosh, tons and tons of them. Okay, so here we go. On that note, are you guys ready to go over clue number 1? All right, let's flip our stillskin down here. Okay, so I'm going to pull this up here. So this was what I shared with everybody. This is always what is, this is always what is in the description for my events. You can find this always in the Facebook page, in the event section, or in my Cards by Crispy on my calendar of events. So, okay. So I didn't catch your name from Australia, but somebody from Australia just said they don't qualify for a prize. So you can still share your card. And my deal that I do for prizes for people who aren't in the United States. So me being a demonstrator in the United States, I can only sell to people in the United States. So this is a little side note, but because somebody just posted. So just so you guys know, if you're not from the US and your name is drawn for a prize, then I would just ask for you to pay the shipping, because it won't be like $4 to mail it. It'll probably be more like 10 or 12, and I can't sell to you, so I don't really try to market outside of the United States, but you can still submit your card, and if your name is drawn, that means you're a hot dog lucky winner. So, okay, back to business. Okay, so this is what we got, guys. I'm going to try to hold this up a little bit so that you guys can see it better. So, I always have it on here, WV stands for white vanilla. You guys, if your card is a neutral tone, go for the vanillas. If it's like a cool tone, go for the whites. And we try to list each piece independently, and we've gotten smart about putting how many pieces. So here we've got 4 pieces, 3x4 and a 3x4. Guys, that means that there's 2 of them. So, and we got smart about color, like making pieces. I don't like to make the cardstock and the coordinating patterns. I don't want to give away the cart with the horse, but I want you guys to be successful. So we have a 3x4 and a 3x4. So this is just white copy paper, just to give you an idea. You should have 2 pieces that are either white or vanilla that are the same size here, okay? Then you have a 2.5 by 3.5. And that is like a scrap, actually. So basically, where do I have a piece of white here for a scrap? So it's like a scrap. So you're gonna, oh man, 2.5 by 3.5. Let me think about that. That I think is for you to do. Let's. I have to think about this. You guys, this little guy is. I think that's in with this right here. We need a scrap for our focal image. Okay, so it could be 2.5 by 3.5, or it could be something bigger. But ultimately, you're going to be stamping a focal image, and it needs to fit on your 3x4. So we need a scrap. Okay, coordinating cardstock, 2 pieces. A 5.5 by 6.5. So I've got 5.5 by 6.5, and it's scored at 4.25 on the 6.5 side. Okay, so that's good that you have 4 cut, Shannon. That's good. You got 2 extra pieces. Okay, so we've got here, it's 5.5 by 6.5. So 5.5 by 6.5, and you score at 4.25 on the 6.5 inch side. Okay, so it doesn't look like a traditional card base, which it's not, but this ultimately will become your card base. Okay, we're not getting there yet, but close. Then you need a 3.25 by a 4.25, which is this size right here. So 3.25 by 4.25. Now, if this matches the same color as this, it can. If it is a slightly different color and it brings in your designer paper or your pattern paper, cool beans, okay? But this is cardstock. And then we have pattern paper. And I may say this as designer series paper, but just know that in my Stampin' Up! Lingo, I say designer paper a lot, but it's pattern paper. And people have asked me, well, I can't participate because I don't have pattern paper. Wow, you guys can make pattern paper by stamping images along the back. You can make your own designer paper. And so it has here 2 horizontal. H is for horizontal, 5.25 is vertical. So 2 inches by 5.25. So your your pattern paper should be a vertical alignment. If for some reason you cut your paper and it's going this way, hi Bonnie Kelly, then you should maybe think about changing the orientation of your card or flipping over your paper or cutting a new piece. But this is intended to go this way. Hi Jennifer Jones. Okay, so pieces. You know, this one I'm still questioning about. I think we meant for these to be the same thing. So you may end up with an extra little piece of white paper. If you want to bring in any ribbon or linen thread or trim, the other thing here is an embossing folder. So I don't know if you guys have them or not. You will be okay if you don't have an embossing folder, but one of the backgrounds here is going to look super cool if you emboss it with something that matches. So the other thing is we added on here, we've graduated, guys. We used to not have anything with dies or embossing folders, but we've graduated to dies. So if your focal image has a corresponding die and you don't want to fussy cut it, boom, this is it. You can use it. So we have any coordinating inks and markers, colored pencils, sentiments, and an image. If you want to use sponge daubers for coloring, embellishments, dimensionals, all your adhesives, all that good stuff. So, does everybody have these pieces ready for them? Are you ready? If you are, give me those thumbs up and we'll go on to clue number 2. And then we'll start putting our card together and doing a little stamp action. Okay, guys, I know that if you haven't watched a Facebook Live, I'm thinking a lot of people have, but I'm usually about 10 seconds ahead of you guys. So I am watching, but I am seeing all the thumbs ups coming. So I think we are good. Oh man, we're good to go. All right, on that note, we're gonna move on to clue number 2. And clue number 2 is always, always one of the easiest clues, guys. So you're gonna fold your card base, which is the 5.5 by 6.5 inch piece of cardstock on your score line, and this becomes your card base. So remember here, this is not your traditional card mat. Like, you know, a normal one is, this is my card from last week, a normal one is that big. We cut off some of this, so it's a little bit shorter, and you're like, ooh, how's that gonna work? So what you're gonna do on your score line is you're gonna fold it. So now, when you fold that in half, that's what makes it your traditional A2 card size. So this now is gonna become your card base. Now, the note here is to keep it vertical. So as you guys are done with the clue, start giving me the thumbs ups, give me the hearts, give me whatever sign, and putting that in there to let me know that you're done, because then I will move on to clue number 2. So at this point, all you're doing is taking your card base and you're folding it on your score line at 4 1/4. These scratch paper guys, I save everything and use it up. All right, so I feel like most people have that under control. So we're gonna go on to clue number 3, numero 3. All right, yes, lots of thumbs ups. Okay, so on to number 3. So you have a piece of pattern paper, right? So your pattern paper, we just went over it. It's 2 by 5 1/4. And now when you folded this, this left you, this must be 2 1/2 right here. So, oh, there's a big thumbs up. I saw it, Jennifer. So you have your piece of pattern paper. Now, do you want to use liquid glue? Do you want to use tape runner? Ultimately, your adhesive choice is your poison, whatever you want to use. So there's tape runner like that. You can use some liquid glue like this. I wouldn't use dimensionals to put this on. I would glue it flat. So if you look at that up just right, you can kind of see how that layers on there. Don't mind, don't mind that. But you can see it will leave a nice 1/8 inch margin all the way around the edges. So as you guys get that done and you have that glued on here, give me that thumbs up and I'll be watching for it to make sure that you guys are good to go with that. So we've already got 2 pieces of paper. Oh, you guys, I love this card layout. So I cannot wait to share with you when we do the drawing on Monday. I'm going to have 3 different samples that I've made using this card layout. So hi, Karen. Okay, so now you've adhered your pattern paper onto your flap. And on that note, we're gonna go on to clue number 4. It's like, gotta shut my eyeball for that. Okay, number 4. So this is where you're gonna get to some stamping, guys. So we have your image and you're gonna stamp it on the scrap. So now, remember I had talked about a 2 1/2 by 3 1/2 or a scrap. So if you have white or if you have vanilla, this is what you want to stamp on that. Just know this, when we're not putting it together quite yet, but you have a 3 by 4 mat, and this is going to become the front of your card. Your focal image needs to fit on here. So like if you think, okay, so it's winter and Jean just got a lot of snow down in Arizona, and she might want to build herself a snowman. And she might want to build it out of paper and put it on a card and not it actually in her backyard. She might want to put a snowman on here. So like if your snowman is like that big, that might be perfect because that would fit on there perfectly. Okay. If you have a flower with a long stem on it, that might fit on here really nice. So whatever your focal image, it needs to fit onto this 3 by 4 piece. And if you don't like the way that you stamp it, our hints are always flip over the paper. And while you're stamping your focal image, definitely color it. Sometimes your image is like all stamping and you don't need, like here, this is a focal image right here. This heart right here is a focal image. And that might be your focal image on this. If you want to make a Valentine's Day card, this heart could go right on there. So you might not even have any stamping. Coloring. Like that was my card from last week. Here's another card from last week with my snail on here. Oh, Jean, you didn't have snow. So where was I seeing pictures all over the South with snow? We got a lot of snow. I got like 3 inches of snow today in my driveway. So like, let's say your snail, he's a little bit small for there, so if you had something bigger, but here's an example of where you'd want to stamp and then color and then cut that out. So, all right. So as you guys are getting your focal image stamped and colored and cut out, let me just see here. Oh yeah, you don't have to cut it out quite yet. That is a clue that's coming up. So I don't want to get Northern Arizona got snow. Okay, well, that makes sense because I could have sworn it was Arizona. And people, there's so many pictures that because it's not normal. Phoenix got snow. Okay, that's good, Bobby. See, I'm not losing it. Okay. Oh, Gianni, you messed up your cutting while you were trying to hurry. Well, you know, you could try to cut some more real quick. Oh, California had some snow too. So are you guys good? I did see some coming through, but I know that if you don't quite have your focal image done, like that, you can always add it to the card later. Like we could get the whole card assembled and put together, and then you could always put your focal image on the top too. So that's always an option if we do continue and you're not quite done. So I'm going to move on to the next clue because it kind of correlates and coincides with our focal image here. So don't feel stressed out by me going to the next clue, guys, because the next clue is all tied into your focal image. So I'm getting a bunch of thumbs up, so I'm going to go for it, guys. Okay, so on that note, we're going to do a move to clue number 5 and keep working on our focal image. So part of the focal image is fun to fussy cut, not always, but die cut. And this is tied into that focal image. So if you don't have a Big Shot or a Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine or a Cricut or a Sizzix or whatever different machines, you know, the good old paper snips is something that you can use to cut out your focal image. So you can definitely, no. Mary Lou, you definitely are not stamping on your 3x4s. Your 3x4s are mats for your card. Don't stamp on 3x4s. You want to stamp on a scrap, or I think I had on there a 2.5 by 3.5. Could have been a scrap as well. Okay, so definitely these are needed for mats on your card. So set those aside. Don't stamp on them. Okay, so Danny, so dry embossing. So that's part of clue number 5. I'll talk about this as we are working on our focal images, because this is an optional step here. So it's really confusing to people about embossing because there's 2 different variations to embossing. One of them is dry embossing and another is heat embossing. So by dry embossing, we mean running the embossing folder through, like this is a card from last week. There's texture on this paper right here. This one also has texture right here. This is made with an embossing folder. And then I can't show you the next one because that's actually a dead giveaway for this card. So just hang tight. While you guys are working and coloring and stamping, I'm going to go get an embossing folder so you guys know what I'm talking about. This is one of my very, very favorite embossing folders, and it's called dry embossing because you just put your, you got it now, girl. You just put your paper in here and you run this through a machine. And so that's dry embossing. The other one with the heat embossing is using embossing powder and a heat gun. So that's what we mean by dry embossing. So you guys will have to tell me in the comments maybe where you're at with your focal image. Like, do you have it die cut or fussy cut out already? Because like that's part of the ending of step 5. And then the other part of step 5 here, or clue number 5, is you have 2 3x4 pieces. And this is a completely optional step. So, or clue. If you, part of the clue anyways, if you don't have a machine that does embossing to put texture onto paper, then you might just leave this blank and you could sponge the edges of your piece of paper, or you could just leave it blank. So you have 2 3x4s. It's not lumber, I promise. Save one and set it aside. This 3x4 is going to be one of your, what was that? Oh, my embossing folder, sorry. This was the subtle embossing folder, and it's so subtle that if you don't see it or look on the card, you might not even catch it. I had this used for a class card recently, and 2 people actually missed it because it's so subtle. It just adds this soft, liney texture to it. And what's super cool about this one is you can run it, like the lines go this way, and then you can put your paper in the other way and run them, and it gives it a really cool linen look. So that's called a linen, a subtle Stampin' folder by Stampin' Up. Yes, dry embossing. So back to your 3x4 here. If you have a really cool embossing folder that will complement your focal image, your colors, your pattern on your designer paper or your pattern paper, this is where you could emboss that piece. And remember, the card is vertical, and so you have 4 inches high by 3 inches wide. And if you're gonna do an image where the dry embossing matters, you want it to be going up and down. So if you're doing trees, you don't want them to be going this way. You want your trees to be going up and down because your card is gonna be up and down just like this. Okay, so where are you guys at? Give me some thumbs up. Are we done with die cutting and fussy cutting? Are we done with our optional piece here for embossing? Or do you need a little bit yet to do that? So just know that this 3x4 is going to be going on the outside of our card, and it's going to be optionally embossed if you want it to be embossed. Okay, I see Jean's got thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I use the embossing, yeah, Carol, that embossing. So there's 2 embossing folders that are my absolute favorite. One is called Subtle, and the other one is called Tasteful Textiles. And this is Tasteful Textiles. This one right here, you guys can just barely see that it adds up here. You can see it adds just a little bit of texture. So, all right, I think you guys are doing good. I saw a grumpy mad face. I don't know what that is all about, guys. So we should be happy faces. Okay, Gail's done. Kathy's done. Elaine's fussy cutting. So Elaine, while you're fussing cutting, you can keep working on that, and I'm gonna keep going. And you always have time to keep working with me. So Melanie's ready. I think on that note, we're gonna flip over and do clue number 6. All right, so now you have your piece of 3x4. It was optionally embossed. So you could potentially have this smooth and plain, or if you wanted to sponge the edges, you guys, remember last mystery night we sponged the edges? That would be pretty too. What you're gonna do is take your 3x4 mat here, and you're going to adhere it to the coordinating mat. So we said over here, we had a piece of paper that measured 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and that mat is for the backing of our 3x4 right here. So thanks for sharing, Melanie. So this gives you an 1/8 inch border all the way around. You can use liquid glue back here. You can use tear tape. You could use tape runner, mini glue dots, however you want. But what we're doing now is we're adhering the, if it's embossed or flat, mat here to the 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay? So don't get glue happy on me yet. We've got now where our ribbon or our twine is going. So you guys, everything is always optional. Like if you're not an embellishment person, that's all right. If you're not a ribbon or a twine person, that's all right too. You can skip those steps. These cards are meant for you to love and just be happy that you made a pretty card. And so if I'm doing a ribbon thing and you're not excited about it, don't do it, okay? So what I wanna do is tell you next though how you would do the ribbon if you want to do ribbon on here. Because this is a tricky card. With this mat being like this, you don't want your ribbon exposed with tape on the back side where it shouldn't be. So it says here for our hint, make sure the tape is not exposed on the back right half of this. So what we're working on right now is we're wrapping our ribbon or our twine or our linen thread around this. Now, keep in mind, here's my hint and tell you about this. I don't know where you might want to put your ribbon, but if your focal image is up here, then maybe you want to wrap your ribbon around down here. Maybe you don't even want to wrap ribbon and you just want to put a bow. But if your card will look great, I'm going to do this. I'm going to tape my little guy down here so it's all together. And then I'm not dropping it all over my desk. Okay, So if you're gonna put ribbon wrapped around your card, this is some of the snail mail twine from the snail set. If you're gonna wrap ribbon around, my hint is not to have anything exposed on the back right half, which is this side. So when you flip it over, you don't wanna have anything over here. So how I do this is I start the ribbon right here. Stacy got it. I love it. So I'm gonna wrap it around. Now wrap it around twice, 3 times, 4 times. Honestly, the sky is the limit with your embellishments that what you want to use on your card. If you think that 1 time around is good, great. If you think you have a little bit of twine here, then you might want to put 3 rows. Okay, but I'm going to go with 2 for this demonstration. But now here's my trick about do not put it on the right half. So this is the back right half. So you're going to want to just tape it on the left here, because when you go to where this is the next step, but I'm filling you in. When you put it onto here and you flip it, you do not want to see any tape over here. You don't want to put any adhesive or glue or have any loose ends, okay? Does that make sense? I know Anne and Stacy, the light bulb just clicked on, and I hemmed and hawed about doing this for Mystery Night, but I just love this layout so much, and I can't wait to make oodles more cards with it. So we're on the ribbon here, guys. So I haven't seen any, maybe you're deciding on what you want to do with ribbon. Like if you have a snowman here and your snowman takes up this, maybe on the bottom, but maybe if you have a lot going on the bottom, maybe ribbon at the top might look pretty. Whatever you do with ribbon, you just make sure your ends start and end under the back side on the left. So over here, okay, nothing over there. I'm seeing some thumbs up. Now, the other thing too is, do you want to put a bow on your card? You know, you can decide that in a bit. Hi, Peggy. You don't have to worry about a bow right now. Bows can always get added at the end. What's important now is you get your ribbon kind of tied down, and maybe you're not sure how you want it quite yet. Then follow along, and you can always put this together later on. Okay. You guys, I saw a sporadic thumbs up. I didn't see like the mass conglomeration of thumbs ups coming through, so everybody's probably at different points with the ribbon. Now, if you don't have twine and you have like a solid, thick, like 1/2-inch ribbon, just wrap it around, making sure that your backs and your front, your ends meet on the left behind over here, or here, or here, or here, or here, anywhere over here. Okay, I hope that wasn't confusing. We'll keep going. All right. On to clue number 7. Oh, there are all the thumbs ups. Good, good, good. Okay. So you have your matted, you have this matted, and you have your ribbon tied around. So now what you can do is adhere your focal image to this layer, this matted layer, using dimensionals. Okay, so adhere your focal image. So let's say here, I did this last month too. You guys, I'm really good at making hearts when you fold this in half. So let's pretend that's my focal image. This is my scrap. So adhere your focal image to the front of your mat here using dimensionals. Now, these are the dimensionals I used last night. I always draw a line on, well, I don't always. I did this time. I drew a line on them so they're easy to see. So you don't have to use dimensionals. If you like things flat because it's easier to mail, then you can definitely glue things flat. But so far we haven't put anything together. Like, this is still separate. So don't get glue happy on me, guys. So you're going to be putting your focal image onto your matted layer right here. So next step though. Now you're going to adhere this layer to the center of your card using, dimensionals or liquid glue. Big hint here, guys. Only use adhesive behind the left back side. I kind of was hinting at this. You know, this is going to go on like this. And remember, your card opens like this. And you do not want to have any adhesive over here. Because if you go to shut it, you're going to completely shut your card, and then they call that a trick card, and then you give it to somebody that loves and to be entertained. Okay, so what it says here, only use adhesive behind the back left side. So that means the back left side here will have adhesive. So you can do that a couple different ways. You can kind of guess to where to put your stuff back here. What I generally do is I'll put a dimensional here, 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 and here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when you pick all your backings off, then you're just gonna center this in the middle of your card. And now you've got your focal image on your matted layer with a ribbon somewhere wrapped around. And now when you go to open your card, it opens like this. I'm sorry, I should next time, I'm not gonna use a scratch paper like this. I'll use some brand new copy paper that doesn't have all the gibberish on the back. I have paper that I'm using up from March 23rd of 2019. Almost, what, 2 years? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have it centered, Mary. So I have on here the center of the card. So I have there's about a finger width on the top and the bottom and a little bit less, but I tried to center this so that my purple here, you can see my edge, is just centered on the front of the card nicely. If you wanted, you could move it over closer to the right side because then you would see a little bit more. So you have your pattern papers back here, right? So you have your pattern paper back here. You'd see a little bit more along that side, right? Now, if you are a person that things have to be symmetrical and you go crazy if they're not perfectly centered, some of us are like that. I am one. So then I would potentially have it centered like that. But it's your card, honestly, Mary. I tell you that you can do whatever you want. It's like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So if you think it looks more beautiful there, great. If you think it's better over to the left, that's great too. Whoever gets your card better be just happy that you gave them love. Okay. Guys, you good? Give me some thumbs up. I think we're ready to rock and roll. That one shouldn't have been too hard of a step. So I see the thumbs up. See, woohoo. Okay, we're gonna flipper it and we're gonna go on to clue number 8, numero ocho. Okay. Wow, we have my favorite part of a card right now. Embellish it, okay? So these are some of Stampin' Up's new embellishments. They have these little resin hearts. They look like candy, don't eat them. They have these awesome black dots. They have these opal rounds that go with absolutely every card. They're so shimmery pretty. And then there are these pastel pearls. And when it says embellish, these are embellishments, guys. Oh, I love them all. And they are so pretty. And put them on your card. Make it pretty, pretty. Put embellishments wherever you want. And honestly, my rule of thumb is odd numbers. You know, like, so if you know a florist, they always say to you odd numbers. So 3, 5, I almost said 6, 1. So wherever your embellishments look good. If they're over here, great. If they're down there, great. If you want to put another little bow on your card, so like let's say you chose a heart and you want to put a bow off to the side, add a little bow to your card. Put that right on it somewhere. Just decorate your card. Stella it. So Stella is a glitter pen. You could definitely, so I have rubbing alcohol in here so you can kind of see that where that is right there, that's little bits of Stella is glitter. So glitter it up. Embellish to your heart's content. Kelly and I love this. So my mom helps me put cards together. She does. My mom helps me. She likes to put adhesive on the back. She doesn't like to do much other than prep things for me to assemble. But I always have her do the embellishing at the end because it's just a happy thing to put a little embellishment on a card, like a rhinestone. Or these are one of the prizes I'm going to be giving away for Mystery Night. These are little artisan pearls that are all different colors. So there you go. Like this is gonna be one of the prizes for somebody that they're gonna win when we do the drawing. So those are embellishments. Oh, here's another little prize that I'm gonna be giving away on Monday. These are little gems that you can glue onto your card. So for Valentine's Day. So embellish. So we have one more clue and somebody's getting antsy-pantsy, I see. Susan, I'm just teasing. So next up. All right. So you guys look like you're ready for clue number 9. Thanks, Kelly, for telling everybody that's the next step. We didn't forget about it, guys. I know in the past we forgot about the inside, but you have here another piece of paper. It is a 3x4. Stamp a sentiment and any coordinating images on this piece of paper. Now it's very important that we did have a 3x4. If you would have used a traditional mat like this, that would have been okay. What would have happened is you would see that white or vanilla come through. So once you've stamped and decorate it however you want, you're gonna adhere it on the inside of the card. So I'm gonna open this up. Hi, Judy Wyatt. And then that gets glued right in the middle like that. So that's 3x4, so that when you open and shut your card, like so when you shut your card here, it covers it up. And so you see the pretty cardstock color here matching with a coordinating pattern paper, and like this cardstock might match that cardstock, might match your focal image, who knows? I can't wait to see what you guys do, but this is your 3x4 is your inside mat for your card. So we didn't want to forget about this lonely little piece, but Susan, you're so good. You're like, what about the last piece? And inquiring minds want to know, right? So, all right. So the sentiment on the inside, oh, I can't wait to see if you guys made Valentine's Day cards. Did you make birthday cards? What did you do? That is the $1 million question. So once you have this decorated however you want, put that on the inside with your, I always say your adhesive of poison, whichever you put. Sherry, you're a little bit late. Yep, we're just winding up, but you are definitely, you're gonna watch the replay in like about 15 minutes, I bet. So there's our 3x4. So as you guys are winding down, we're gonna go on to the posting and I'll tell you all about that. But real quick, if you do need to order anything, I have a host code here. I always ask that you guys use a host code when you place your order with Stampin' Up, because if your order is big enough, it qualifies for a free class. Oh, Michelle made a Halloween card. And I wanted to show you these really quick. I just finished these a couple nights ago. And while you're finishing up your cards, I'm gonna show you these so that you can see what I've got coming up. I do lives on Thursday nights. And so on Thursday night this week, we're gonna be putting Paper Pumpkin together. And next week, we're gonna be putting some love cards together. But this is the card that the class I'm taking registration for now. It's a Fun Folds class. And it'll be live on February 11th for those that aren't local. I'm doing it in person 3 days next week for those that are local. And I don't know if we ever figured out what the name of this fold is. And so Joanna made an Easter card, awesome. And then Anne just made a Get Well card with this layout, perfect. So this is one of the Fun Folds. And so that's one. This one I think is called a double easel card. So it opens like this, and then it opens up like that, and it actually stays up. So that's one of the next, that's with the Fun Folds. This is also an easel-like-ish card, and the little seashell holds that up. And so that one is coming up with that class. Hi, Linda. And then also we have the Dutch doors, or I think it's like a Dutch doors card with the strawberries. So this is a Fun Folds class. So if you do place an order with me for a minimum $40, I will mail these card kits to you for free, and then you guys can stamp along with me on February 11th for this one. And then I have also, for the monthly class of February, we have the cowboy, we have the succulents, and a chicken. And so that one's the following week. It must be February 18th if I got my days. So Rose made a Christmas card, awesome. And then Carolyn made a Thinking of You, cool. So the last Friday in the month that I'm doing a sale-a-bration Hoorah Rah class. So you guys, always my Facebook Lives are free to watch. Oh, you made your hubby a Valentine's Day card, awesome. Hi Christy, you're a little bit late, but you can definitely catch the replay. So this one is the last Friday. And so how I always do my Facebook Lives, for those of you who are new to watching me, they're free for you to watch. But if you want to make cards along with me and all my fabulous stampers and community of girls and guys, then I mail out kits the week ahead of time. And kits either are free with a minimum purchase, or there's a set price for them. And you can find all that information on my website at cardsbycrispy.com, which is what was on that piece of paper down there. So Faye did a Paper Pumpkin alternative. Christy shared, awesome, thank you. So what's coming up? So let's flip right down here. That's not a clue, but this is what you guys need to do now. And I'll show you on my phone here, because this is really hard for people. A lot of people ask me where to find this event. So I'm in here watching along with you guys so I can see your comments come through nice. So this is so you guys know what to do with the picture. In just a moment, Kelly's gonna be sharing this graphic. And once you've made your card to be entered into the drawing, you need to go to the events section of my Cards by Christine Facebook page. And when you're in the event, you have to scroll down a little bit because this is where you can find all the information, like the Fun Folds class, the Love You Always class, the monthly class. I just showed you all these cards. So here, when you click on these events, that's where it tells you all the details. So it always has the events first that have multiple dates. And then you scroll down, and then it has the ones that have single dates. So tonight, here it is. So it's under upcoming events, and it says Mystery Night happening right now. So after tonight, though, this will be in past events. So you're going to have to scroll down to the past events section. So, but for now, while this is still current, you will come down here, down to the discussion. And in the discussion, Kelly, oh, look at this. She already did it. She is on the A game. Look at it, 3 minutes ago. She says, I hope you had fun solving the mystery with me tonight. This layout is a favorite of mine, which it definitely is. So much so that I have 3 samples to show you. I bet it is going to become a go-to for you. Comment your creation on this thread to be entered for a prize. So here's the graphic I was just showing you here. And what you'll do is you'll hit comment, and this is where you can post your picture. So you guys go to your camera on your phone, take your picture of your card, just snap. Go like this. You're going to snap your picture just like, oops, that's me, haha. You'll snap your picture of your card. Okay, so you got your card picture. And then what you do is you just go in here, comment it, and you grab your camera roll, and then that's how you guys add it. So I'm super excited. You guys, there were 150 people watching tonight. So if we get 150 cards submitted, I would be blown away. So how I do the prize drawing is once you make and put a comment in with one of your cards, your name goes into the drawing. So if you make multiple cards, that's awesome. You get gold stars. If you're from Australia and you make a card and you post it, you guys, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Sharing is caring when we make cards, right? It doesn't do anything but help us to inspire and make us more creative. And so for the drawings, though, I take one person's name. So if you put in 3 cards, I put your name, or Kelly will put your name in once. And you get your name in for submitting an entry. And we'll do the drawing live. And then the other thing that I mentioned when we got started is that if you are not from the United States and I mail you a prize, or if your name is drawn, then I'll let you know. And if you say that you want to pass, you can pass, and I will do a drawing for the next person. So like what I have for some prizes for you guys. Oh, let me get back so I can see. I want to show you some of the prizes I have. So let me flip this back down. I have some of these embellishments that I just showed you. I have 2 stamp sets. One is the Berry Blessings that you can only get as free with a $100 purchase with a pack of paper. And then I have the Punch Party stamp set, which is a free hostess gift that you can get by having a $300 workshop. And so I've got these 2 things. And then, you know what? If anybody doesn't have this ink pad yet, I'm like, it's Valentine's Day. Berry Burst is a retired Stampin' Up! Color, but it was one of my absolute favorite colors. You guys, pink and purple is right up my alley. Look at that. It matches that perfectly. So this is it. So I've got some prizes here, what we'll do. So how long do you guys have? You have till Saturday night at midnight Central. We had to put a cap on it. We thought Thursday was too soon because it's not like, it's just like in a day and a half. And we thought next week Thursday was too much time. So we're going to put Saturday at midnight. That gives you part of the weekend to make your card too, in case you don't have time to get it done this week, or you want to make more and put more entries or more submission, like more card samples in for others to see. Because after like about a week, I don't know how often people go back into the comment section of this. So get your cards posted right away so that we can see them. And Melanie used Boho Indigo. Yeah. So Melanie, did you get your calendars? I think I mailed off your 2 calendars. I don't know if it was last week. I was like, got to get them off my desk. Hopefully you put them together into a beautiful card. So, all right. Well, it's 6:52. And my goal for tonight was I told Tyler I would be done with 7. I don't think he ever believes me anymore about what time I'm really going to be done with stuff. Oh, but he's never on time either. So, but guys, it is date night tonight. So, next month I have mystery night on a Monday. So we don't have to contend with date night. And Kelly has, she was in charge of putting together a beautiful design. And as soon, she sent it to me. I didn't have time to print it off though. So in the next day or two, I will be sharing that in a new event on Facebook. It will also be added to my Facebook or my website event so that you guys can have a whole month to prepare for the next one. So, oh yeah, my code here. So if anybody wants to place an order with me, this code is currently open right now. You can also always find my code. Here's a trick for you guys too before you leave me for the night. For anybody also that is new to me, this is just in case the code that's on my screen here doesn't work, what you guys can do, you can always find it by going to my website, cardsbychrisb.com. If you go to, like when you're on your phone, it's these 3 little lines. If you always go to my story, that's a good one. Or if you go to the events, there's 2 pictures of me, and the one picture that's down further with me with my badge from a convention, that is where I always have a host code. So the QYK, and when this is current, it matches that. But if you're ever watching a replay and you don't get the host code to work, always can find it on my website at cardsbychrisb.com. I even have it set up that you can click on, like you can hard copy that and then paste it into the order. So you can also copy that link and put that right into your browser. So that is just another way for you guys to always see what's going on for my host code. And then know that when you always place an order and it's the minimum amount to get a free class, you just have to follow up with me on what class you want for free, and I'll make sure you get the kits in the mail. The order will come from Stampin' Up, and your kits will come from me and from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, from the Hive. That's where they ship out of. So, okay. So I think we did good. And I hope that you guys I'm trying to find you guys to get back to my comments. So did you all get your card done? Or do you need to go back and redo something? I know, Danny, you said you cut the paper incorrectly. But Mike, you got your card made. Good. It says that yours is cute. And, oh, thanks, Kelly, for posting that. Yeah, you guys, it was fun. I always love Mystery Night. So I love stamping for you on Thursday nights, but what I love more about Mystery Night is that I get to just tell you what to do and then I get to see what you create, and that's awesome. It's like a night off of stamping. I do so much stamping and I love it all the time, but it's nice to have you guys do stamping and then I get to see what you create. So all right, on that note, you guys have a good rest of your evening, whatever you may end up doing. And I will see you live at 6 p.m. Central on Thursday night. We're going to put together the we're in January. The January paper pumpkin, but it's like Valentine's Day-ish, so it's like February. And we're going to start at 6 p.m. Central. I'll do an alternative at the end. It's an interlocking card. You guys, I've seen it on Facebook and I saw it on Pinterest, and then Bonnie on my team made it. So I had the exact sample on what to do. We're going to make an a locking card where you slide the paper down over the top of the ends and it holds it shut. So cool. So that's what we're going to do at the end of Thursday night. And until then, lots of sunshine, love, and hugs to you guys. Enjoy the rest of your next few days until we see you on Thursday. Love and hugs.